Oh, exciting!
Wow! Biscuit gun!
Get off the table! Oh my god, they look sick! Guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. I've just scooped a heap of pre-workout and come out to the garage to come and play with this car today. You've probably seen by the title that we're going to be, well, I don't know what the title's going to be because I don't know how far we're going to get today, but let's face it, I'm going to plan on putting on the new drive shafts that I got from Berrisford. Oh, I'll show you them. Come on. Skills. Look at them. They're like, look purple. And I'm not sure if that's a protective coating or if I need to paint them or what. I would like to paint them like pink or something like that. But anyway, yeah, I also got the old ones back as well because they worked alright, and obviously we're doing like 500 brake horsepower launches on welded shafts. I've asked for them back. So yeah, the car is still in bits. Parts are all over the shop. We've got the garage bench, which is a mess as usual. So yeah, just quickly, I'm just about to kind of clean this up, and I found this ABS sensor. So just a wee shout out to this guy here, Rising Sun. He's on eBay, sells like Mazda RX-7 parts, and like RX-7 parts is quite expensive nowadays. This guy must absolutely fucking hate me, yeah, because every time he puts someone on that I need, like, he'll maybe put it for a half reasonable price. Like that ABS sensor, you can't really buy them anymore, and it's going to be bolt on. But anyway, yeah, he'll put that up for like sort of 15 quid, and I'm like, £7.50. Send an offer in. He always just tells me to fuck off, like, but I'm not sure if he watches these films or no videos or what, but if you do, thank you very much, brother. And yeah, I think I'll stick this wee sticker up on the toolbox. And yeah, so this ABS sensor here, you guys would have seen the ABS sensor I'm running just now. Is an MX5 one running on the 350Z Diff. The 350Z Diff has an ABS ring on it, although it's 46 teeth. The front is 44 teeth, which is standard RX-7. And this is a rear for an RX-7, so yeah, I'm getting some slight discrepancies between front and rear. So yeah, part of this video, you would have seen in the last video when I was accelerating, and first anyway, it was revving up, but it wasn't accelerating, and I think it's one wheel peel. I think the 350Z Diff is actually just, you know, unlocking and spinning the one wheel, which is shite, obviously, we don't want that. So we're going to take the 350Z Diff out, and we're going to weld it. It's a viscous LSD, so yeah, they're shite anyway, so yeah, we'll do that. But if it's too much for me, I'll maybe invest in a plated diff. But as the 350Z Diff itself, like the pumpkin, is really strong, so it's going to be future-proof for me. So I don't mind maybe chucking a diff in there if I do like the locked life. We'll see. It's not a drift car, it's more of a drag car now, to be fair. Although it's not very good at that either. But yeah, anyway, let's clean this shit up and start wiping that down. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever rebuilt CV joints before, but they're a fucking nightmare. Basically, they've all very slight tapers on them, and yeah, this can only go one way, this can only really go one way, but it looks like it could go the other way, and you can put it around and spin it around, and it doesn't fit, and you start screaming, you start crying, and like, I want to put it together as a dry fit, but you can't really do that because you're guaranteed someone will go tits up, or you'll forget one of these clips. And these clips, by the way, I lost one, so I just made one out of a bit of TIG filler, so she'll work a treat. Yeah, so the 350Z style one is okay. If I remember, it was the RX-7 one that was giving me jip last time. I'll probably just give these a bit of a clean, these cages, and yeah, yeah, so it's all coming back to me now. The 350Z has a larger cup, however it has a smaller internal spider. This is the smaller cup with the larger spider, and then this just has like a little circlip that goes in the middle here. It's not a circlip, it's just like a spring clip. And the reason for that is when you're disassembling it, you need to basically smash the fuck out of the CV, and this basically collapses in there and collapses in, and then it'll pop off. yeah, bit of a pain in the arse, but right, so no joke, probably about half an hour later, the RX7 side of the CV joint, you need to actually assemble it without the shaft in it, because this needs to cock like probably 100 degrees or something like that. So right, on the 350Z style side now, obviously need to make sure the boots are on first. This one is actually just circlipped on the top here, which I would have probably preferred over the RX7 type. But yeah, right, so the way to do it is hold this with my left hand, get your ball bearing and push it in the side, dunk it down, and then just tilt over the shaft, open up the next one, smash it in, spin it around a bit more, make sure all your ball bearings don't fall out and pull out too much. Spin it again, there you go. And this type is the plunge type, so it plunges in and out. It's just basically to take up any slack in suspension. As the suspension's running up and down, you're going to have some slight play of the axle coming in and out. And the last piece here is just this ring, which just sits on the inside here. So if you're pulling these shafts and you're wondering why they're not coming out, it's this ring. And it's normally covered in grease. Like that. So that ring sits inside there, so I can't pull this out now. See, that's it, fully out. So plenty of grease in there. Oh, look at that. So yeah, there we go. This drive shaft should be okay for around about 1,000 horsepower. So happy with that. So yeah, shaft's done. Now it's time for the old Diff. So let's get some spanners and see what size they are. I can't remember exactly what size I used. Actually, better put this down before I get demonetized or something like that, because there's a hell of a lot of snowflakes on YouTube. Right, so under here you can see I've not got my usual GoPro light, unfortunately. So yeah, this is the ABS. I've just got it tucked up there, but it used to run off that ring there. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I've got 2 bolts in the back there, and 2 at the front there. You'll probably recognise this as a 350Z diff, but you'll wonder why there's an extra bolt hole. I'll show you that in a minute. Right guys, so as you see, I've dropped the prop there. I took the exhaust off as well. Yeah, there we go. I was going to use the jack, but to tell you the truth, it just fell down. Right, what I'll do here is I'll show you guys what we've got. So, she's a VLSD, so as you can see, I turn 1, input shaft turns, and both of these turn the same direction. Now, what I'm thinking is happening when I'm launching, I'm getting one wheel spinning and one is not. So, if you could see this here, I can spin that with my hand, which obviously when it comes to cars and torque and stuff like that, that's not very torquey. So yeah, I think what's been happening is it has been lighting up one wheel, so they can get cooked. There's 2 main differences between the stock 350Z and this diff, obviously. First one here, I've changed the input flange to the BMW style 5 bolt CV. Just basically machined both of them so there was a step so I can centralise it and then just welded it on. The next thing is I've got 2 holes in the back here, so that's the stock one, and this is the one I've actually added. Just a block of aluminium, welded it all on, and then that way I can have 2 bolts to hold it, because I didn't like the idea of just having the one. So yeah, just draining this oil. looks proper manky, but to be honest I put new oil in it, so and it wasn't green. Fuck knows why it's green. But I looked at the time there and just seen it's my birthday, so happy birthday to me. One thing actually that I need to check is if I remember right, I don't think I used silicone on this cover, because at the time when I was assembling it I was thinking to myself, right, well the diff has to come back off again, then I'll give it a bit of a service, silicone the cover up and fill it with oil. But when it came to it, I don't actually think it was that much a pain in the arse to get the diff in. I never bothered pulling it back off again, so it never leaked, which is obviously surprising. So, well, there you go. Let's pull it off and we'll see. No silicone whatsoever. So yeah, there's a couple of ways to do this, to be honest. You could just leave it in, give it a wee clean down and try and weld it, but I'll just pull it out anyway, just to have a look. It's just one of these things that interest me. Right, so I've got the welder cracked open, cracked up, ready to go. I've preheated this a little bit with some my blowtorch, and it's warm. I'm not going to get it too much warmer because my tape will melt off. Yeah, I'm just going to put a towel around there or something, or just like a rag, just to stop any spatter going on the teeth. I know I could take this off, but can't be arsed. Right, that's it all welded up. Inside here I've done some sort of spider gears to the side, just a little bit in there, to be honest, nothing too wild. The main ones was just these here, so which I think that'll hold. I was welded at 160 amps and quite a lot of wire feed in there as well, so there's a lot of material there. Yo, so all back together again, and you just need to torque up these bolts now, and they're going to, like, it says 88 to 91, so I'll just put it to 90 Newton meters, and yeah. Oh god, gotta be quick. Jesus Christ. Honda Bond. Can I be a bit of Honda Bond in the morning? Yeah, we're going to go for 30 Newton meters because I had a wee look online, and it seems like a wee bit dubious. So yeah, here guys, could one of you, or many of you, comment on a torque wrench you recommend? Good morning everybody. Yes, I'm back at it again, straight into things, and I don't know if you can see there, but I've stuck the diff back up again. I've done the props up and I've torqued the bolts down on the prop and thread locked them. Should be good. Right, so now I need to stick in the shafts. One's longer than the other. I can't quite mind which one goes where. I'll have a look because the diff obviously offsets slightly. I'll get a tape measure and make sure I get the right one in the right hole, eh? Right, so shafts are in now. I've tightened up the gearbox end there. It's just